Hello, people. Welcome back to the player rating show. Arsenal versus Everton, 0-0 Chanzo Sports. Before I get into it, please make sure you like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff on all the social media platforms. Now, let's get into the game. Boy, oh boy, I said in the preview, like I said in my fan cam, go check that out as well. That's just dropped on the channel. Check that fan cam out right now. Like I said on the fan cam, we needed to win the game. It was a must-win game. We could not afford to be dropping points. And now what's made it even worse that we have dropped points is that Liverpool dropped points as well, drawing at home 2-2 unexpectedly to Fulham, down to 10 men, managed to get a point. So we've not really gained any kind of ground on the team, which we need to be gaining ground on quickly because quite frankly, we're not winning games and they're either not playing or not winning games either. But let's get into the player ratings, man. And there's some real stinkers in this player ratings because quite a lot, if not the majority of the team, did not play well at all, if I'm being perfectly honest, especially from an attacking threat. But let's get into it, shall we? Player ratings. We'll start with the goalkeeper, David Raya. I thought David Raya was okay. He was decent. He did what he needed to do. His kicking was okay. He didn't really kick too far long. We were kind of playing out from the back with the slow build-up. Didn't really make any kind of saves that I can remember. I think they had like a few corners that he came and collected. So overall, I thought he was solid. He didn't make any mistakes or anything, or it wasn't really looking like he was going to do anything silly. So for me, the player ratings for him, I'd probably give him a solid, I'd give him a 7 out of 10. Kept a clean sheet. We weren't really challenged or troubled, but I don't think that was Everton's game plan. They wanted to get out there with a point, and they did. So yeah, for David Raya, I'll probably give a 7 out of 10. I thought he was okay, decent. Wasn't really troubled, but did everything properly. Let's go on to Miles Lewis Skelly. I thought he was decent as well. I thought he was good. I'll probably give him like a 6. I thought he defended quite well. On the ball, he was trying to make things happen. He was inverting into midfield quite a lot. And I think with him, because he's at such a young age, I think it's very pivotal for him to get minutes into the team and into the Premier League and him to start games so he can get used to the physicality. Obviously, he's 18, but he's a real strong boy for his age, 18 years of old. And I thought on the ball and off the ball, he defended quite well as well. There's a couple of opportunities where I think it was Ashley Young kind of overlapping, but he defended it quite well when it was 2v1. So I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I thought he was pretty solid. On the other side, Timber, yeah, a bit disappointed Timber. I'll probably give him a 6 as well. I thought he was decent going forward in terms of trying to invert as well, but I wanted a bit more from him overlapping. I only remember him doing that once in the second half. He kind of overlapped Saka, and it kind of created a chance because Saka had a bit more room to obviously maneuver and stuff. But yeah, I wanted him to overlap a bit more. But he didn't manage to do that. But for me, I think I'd give him probably a 6 out of 10. I'll probably give him the same as Lewis Skelly. We gave away a few fouls, but nothing too major in my opinion. So yeah, I think again, I wanted to see him overlap. I don't know if that was a tactic from Mikel Arteta or it was just him didn't really have the legs to do it because obviously we've been playing every 3 days. I don't know what the situation there was because of that. But 6 out of 10 for him. Gabriel, I thought Gabriel played quite well as well. Probably give him a 7. I think he dealt with Calvert-Lewin quite well. Came back from injury. He did a great ball into, I think it might have been Martinelli, who didn't make the most of it. Was it Martinelli or Havertz? One of the two. I think it was Martinelli. Didn't make the most of it. But I thought overall, I thought he played quite well. And I think with him to come back from injury and to go straight back in and act like he's never really missed a beat is testament to obviously him as a quality of player that he is. They can come in after like 2 weeks and flip straight in, not make any mistakes or not look rusty or anything. So I'll give him a 7. I thought Saliba was good as well. Cleaned up quite a bit. There's a one chance with Marino. He lost the ball in the pivotal area, and I think he cleaned up very, really well. Saliba, solid as always. Him and Gabriel were trying to push forward and trying to get us to be an attacking threat in the box, whether it's from corners or from set pieces. So him, I thought he was good as well, to be honest. So yeah, I'd give him a 7 out of 10. Yeah, this is where it probably stops. Rice, I thought Rice was pretty quiet. I'll probably give him a 6. I thought he was decent, to be fair. He was on the ball, trying to make things happen, but it wasn't really working out for him. Obviously, just seeing Arteta's thoughts, and he picked up a bit of a knock, or he felt something. I think I said on the watch along, go check that out, that he did feel like he had something wrong with his groin. So yeah, obviously that's a bit of a worry. He might be out for a bit if that's the case, and obviously we've got hard games coming up. But overall, I thought he was decent. Probably give him a 6 out of 10. I don't think he did anything wrong, and he was covering ground pretty well as well. And I think we actually missed him covering the ground in midfield when we had Jorginho on, because we couldn't really go push everyone forward, because obviously if we were caught in transition, Everton had a very pacey midfield and a quite powerful midfield. So if we were caught in transition, we would have been in trouble. So we did miss him when he went off. I give him a 6. This is where it gets bad. So Marino, for me, I'll probably give him like a 3, 3 out of 10. I thought he was absolutely shocking. Could have gave away a goal as well. He got caught on the ball, dilly-dallying. It was Saliba to clean up his mess. Otherwise, that could have been a goal. Everton player would have been straight through on goal. And I thought offensively, he was poor, man. He wasn't overlap. He did one underlapping run, and the ball he put in was poor. Went to no one, overhit it. There was another chance where he overlapped and he overhit the pass. And yeah, I'm getting really worried about this guy, man. Like he's flat to deceive, considering he was supposed to be a player that was going to elevate that left hand side. He's not been good. He's not been good. Like offensively, he's not provided any kind of quality with his feet on a consistent basis. In the air, he looks all right, but obviously we didn't get too many chances of him heading the ball. But with his feet, man, I just think he's not been good enough at all. He kind of dilly-dallies on the ball. He kind of reminds me of Kai Havertz in midfield, just in terms of the lack of urgency. Yeah, sometimes he's a bit neat and tidy, but I just thought he was so poor today. He offered nothing going forward. And we relied a lot on the right-hand side in terms of Saka and Odegaard to try and create something from open play, because on that left-hand side, it was just null and void. So for me, Marino gets a 3. For Odegaard, I'm tempted to give him a 3 as well. Probably might give him a 4. I thought he was so bad as well, man. I'll give Odegaard a 3 as well. Him and Marino were terrible, honestly terrible. He rightly so got hooked. I seen Arteta said it was a tactical substitution, and rightly so. He was so off the pace. Not even just in terms of on the ball. He was giving the ball away. He missed 2 gilt-edged chances. One, definitely. The first one, he came to him in the box, hits it straight over the bar. A player of his quality should be at least hitting the target and scoring goals. The second one, straight at the keeper. Great footwork by Bukayo Saka. Great footwork. Crosses it in the box. Nowhere to be seen. Odegaard there, straight at the keeper. Pickford made a save, but he should really be putting that away. And yeah, for me, 3 as well. Him and Marino was so bad, really, really bad. And yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why we didn't win the game, because them two in particular were so bad. And from an offensive point of view, it didn't really help out Saka, who was the only one that was providing any kind of decent quality going forward. So yeah, bad, man. Really, really bad. We'll go on to the right-hand side, Bukayo Saka. My man of the match, I thought he was good. I thought he was the best player on the pitch by a country mile, the only one trying to do something, the only one trying to make things happen. He had a volley that the keeper saved, and Pickford was probably our best chance in the second half. We put in a good ball in, like I said, for Odegaard, who should have scored, should have made it 1-0. He was trying to put balls in the box. There was one time he put a decent one in, but Martinelli and Havertz got in each other's way. Poor. Very poor from the rest of them. But I thought he was good. I'll probably give him a 7. But my man of the match, from an offensive point of view, I thought he was decent. The only one trying to get us to try and score a goal and a bit of urgency. But again, he's doubled up on, tripled up on, and that's why I said I wanted Timber to overlap him a bit more, to help him out a bit more, because I think, he had problems just trying to beat 2-3 people on his own all the time. There was one point where he did actually beat 2-3 people, but he just ran out of space because he was just doing it all on his own. So yeah, my man in the match, he was the only decent one that could, I think, leave this game with his head held high. with a decent performance. Onto the left-hand side, Martinelli, poor again. I'll probably give him a 4. I think he was better than Marino and Odegaard, but not by much, to be honest with you. Just same old thing with Martinelli. Lack of end product, lack of having that final pass or final ball. Doesn't really shoot too often. Maybe that's because there's no one really overlapping or underlapping to create space. But people said, and we've seen it with Lookman in the Champions League against Real Madrid, had no one overlapping or underlapping, but was able to get out of his feet quick and shoot and score. So there's not really an excuse now, to be honest with Martinelli. He's not providing the initial quality, and it's putting so much pressure on Saka to deliver every game. And some games he's not going to be able to do it. He's only human. You need some other players to step up and not even bail us out, but step up in the moments when we need them, when we need a goal, and he's not doing it. It's too much pressure on him, man. He's not pulling his weight at all. Poor 4 out of 10. Kai Havertz, anonymous, absolutely anonymous. I'll probably give him a 3. At least with Martinelli got into decent positions. He just didn't have the end product. I thought Havertz was poor, man. 3 out of 10. Did nothing in the game. He did actually, I tell a lie, he did one decent pass to Saka. Well, it wasn't a decent pass. It was a forward pass, which Saka made decent because of his quick footwork in and out. And obviously, Saka put in a good ball for Martinelli, for Odegaard, who should have scored. But yeah, Havertz, these are the games we need you, man. We need you to step up and do something in these games. We need you to produce a bit of quality in these games where we need a goal. You're the main striker. Sometimes he's out on the left. Sometimes he's out on the right. Like, he's not even in the centre forward position that often. And then when he's there, he's not really contributing towards the game. So, yeah, for me, not good enough, man. 3 out of 10. I thought he was poor. This is a really bad performance, by the way, to not really look threatening. It's not like Pickford was the man of the match, making save after save. He made a couple of half decent saves, but that was probably about it, to be honest. So, yeah, 3 out of 10 for him. We'll go on to the substitutes. Jorginho. I thought Jorginho was okay. I'll give him an average about 5 out of 10. He was okay. Didn't really progress it too much, kept the ball ticking, but again, he had a deficiency just because we were pushing so far up the pitch. He was there as well. If we lost the ball, he hasn't got the legs to track back, so it's kind of a bit of a hindrance of us that we couldn't really go full throttle because we didn't have that security blanket of a midfielder who had really good legs to kind of cover the bases and protect the back four if we lost the ball in transition. So 5 out of 10, kind of average. Ethan, I thought, yeah, again, average, to be honest with you. I'm a massive Ethan fan, but just didn't really get into the game. And he had quite a lot of time. He had half an hour, but no one was really passing the ball. Obviously, it was a low block. He wasn't really getting in positions. But to be fair to him, again, no one's really feeding the ball into the lines for him to get it on the half turn to try and do something. And he didn't really link up with Saka at all. Saka kind of, after Odegaard went off, Saka's threat kind of minimized, to be honest with you, because there wasn't really any real chemistry between them, maybe because he's not really started many games or playing many games. So yeah, not great from him. Average, I'd say 5. Didn't really do anything. Gary Jesus, poor. Didn't really do anything. Put a couple of balls in the box that weren't great. And he came in and he was supposed to be obviously the striker. He got subbed on and Havertz went into midfield. But he was just everywhere but in the box. Like, he was trying to get and this is the issue when you have someone that plays that false 9 role. You've got no one in there where you need them to be in there. I didn't think he impacted the game at all. I thought he was poor. I'd probably give him a 4 out of 10. Who else came on? Trossard. I give Trossard a 5. I thought when he started the game poor. He did a ridiculous pass to, I can't remember, it was Havertz, rolled it out for a goal kick. But then he did put in 2 good crosses. I do remember he did put in 2 good crosses. One for Havertz, who kind of just headed it, cushioned it back. It was a poor header from him. And he put in another good cross that just missed everyone. And they had to defend it and put it out for a corner. So he made a minimal impact, but nothing to shout home about, to be honest with you. But just more than everyone else on that left-hand side or up front. So give him a 5. Partey at right back, average 5, I guess. Could have had a penalty, but I don't know, man. It's not something I'd be shouting home about, to be fair. It's half done, like 50-50, to be honest with you. Could have been given, obviously it wasn't. But even though I thought the ref was very generous in the 50-50s. But yeah, 5 out of 10. I think I'm missing, I've done Jorginho, Ethan, Partey, Trossard. But no, that's it, I think. And Jesus, yeah. So I've done all the subs. Arteta, out of 10. Poor. I thought he got the substitutions wrong. The team I was happy with, to be fair. But I thought the substitutions, I know Declan had to come off, so Jorginho had to come on. and Ethan came on, which is good. But I still think he should have, at the same time, should have took Martinelli off, probably gave Sterling a go, and I don't think he should have moved Havertz out of midfield, out of centre forward play, even though he was having a poor game. I feel like once Jesus goes in there, we're playing with no striker because you've got two players that don't play there. Like they're both in midfield with no one in the box, so it just kind of nullified the threat. And entirely, we didn't look like scoring at all when Jesus came on and went up front. So, yeah, poor decisions from him. I'll give him like a 4 out of 10, maybe even 3, because this is a must-win. No excuses. We had to win this game at home against Everton, and we've dropped points. We've drawn the game. I thought the referee was decent. Gave Arsenal quite a lot of 50-50s, which was obviously encouraging for us, but we didn't make the most of it. And yeah, that's it, man. That's the player ratings, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments or whatever. And who you would give. Put your player ratings down in the bottom. But yeah, poor day at the office, poor result. And yeah, we've got to bounce back on Wednesday and try and get to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, because that looks like it's going to be the best piece of silverware or best chance of silverware we've got this season, because the Premier League is looking like a no-go. But yeah, overall, poor day. And yeah, we have to try and move on, but it's not looking good at all. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe. That's the end of the player ratings video. Do all that good stuff. Check out obviously my other videos as well that I've just dropped on the channel too, and do all that good stuff. But yeah, it's been your boy Tops. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what that means when I say that. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm out.